Ramesh Gehaney, the ED and COO of the company, joins us now on the show. Thanks so much, sir, for taking out time. So, let's sharpen our focus on two-wheeler EVs, where it's not just, your mainstay and primary entities, but also startups like Ola, Ampere, Ultraviolet, etc., that, have big plans for this entire space. Tell us a bit about what you're witnessing, what's brewing as well between Endurance and Ola, if you could, give us a gist of that.
Yeah, good morning. It's a very important question. Yes, I agree. EVs are catching up, a lot of pace, and I think the level of interactions that everybody's having with the EV startups and even the OEM backed up EVs, the intensity of discussions is definitely going up. And Ola is likely to make a large impact, a positive impact on the industry as far as number of sales is concerned. And we are also engaged with them. We are in fact engaged with all the OEMs and OEM backed up EV platforms, and I think this is going to make a big change in the coming years, and let's see how it moves up positively for all of us.
Okay, so right now, in terms of your own order book or in terms of your own sense of demand that you are seeing on ground, what's it like? As somebody who caters to auto companies, in their manufacturing line, what sort of order demand are you seeing, particularly from, two-wheeler EVs?
See, EVs, as I said earlier, that the intensification with the OEMs has increased. We have also booked up orders. In fact, we've already started supplies to EV segments. And in the orders that we have already won with the OEMs, they are likely to mature out by the end of this year or even early next year. So, as I said, we are already supplying parts, casting parts, brakes, and even suspension parts to EV sectors. And we are constantly engaged with them to procure or to win more orders on EV segment. But overall, new business wins is a constant endeavor of Endurance, and we will not shy away from picking up all the orders that comes our way.
Can you realistically tell us that when you speak to, let's say, your buyers, OEMs in this case, what are they telling you about which way the chip shortage and the disruption is moving? I mean, is there an alternative for chip shortage? Because, like COVID has forced us to work from home, will this chip crisis lead to some invention and re-innovation?
Well, that's an excellent question. I can't say whether it's going to be leading up to new invention or something, but definitely since the shortage of wafers is causing a huge disruption in the market and OEMs are losing sales, they're shutting down production across the world because of shortage of chips. I think investments into chip manufacturing, semiconductors will increase across the world. Everybody would like to be self-sufficient on this, so that at least they don't lose on production, or they don't lose on the market available. They don't lose on dependency, losing on vehicle sales because of dependency on others. And especially when the EV sector or the electronic vehicle or electronic participation is increasing so much in the market that nobody can afford to lose any orders on the EV segment. So I think semiconductors is an issue right now. It is believed that by mid of next year, things are going to be improving. But I think a lot of investment is going to come into manufacturing of micro semiconductors.
Okay. Broadly, if you have to, let's say, give us a ballpark number, we are in 2021. I'm assuming that right now EV components are not even 5% of your total sales. Can that move to 20-25% by 2025?
Certainly, yes. Why not? Means we are, as I said, we are actively engaged with all the OEMs on getting EV orders. And since there is a lot of disruption, or let us say penetration on EV vehicles that is going to happen in the market, it is expected by 2024-25, almost a large amount of EV vehicles will be on the road, and we will definitely participate on getting more orders from OEMs on this segment, and be part of this entire run on EV segments.
Okay. I'm using Motherson Sumi as an example because our viewers connect with it, which is that even though the car market has not gone higher, Motherson Sumi has managed to gain more share per car, which is that they've invented, they've gained market share, and they've been competitive, and they've got market share from other manufacturers. Can you do the same, where the EV two-wheeler market may not be large in absolute terms, but you will be able to grow because you will be able to add more products and gain more market share? You may not have that kind of a market share with the traditional ICE engine, but in EV it could be different.
Yes, that's an important question. See, Motherson Sumi is an example by itself. We also regard the company very high, and content per vehicle has been a focus area for, I believe, everyone. And we are also focusing on increasing our content per vehicle, especially on EV segment, right? For example, brake segments and suspension, even if the vehicle changes to all of them change to electric, these two segments of ours do not have any impact. Rather say we get more and more business on these segments because we are a dominant player. As far as clutch business or casting business is concerned, that comes down a bit, but there are other areas where we get into on the EV segment for example, the ABS brakes, for example, the casting businesses for battery packs. All these things get added for us also. We don't lose any content per vehicle as the way we have calculated.
Okay. What is happening on the export front? This is one industry which is the two-wheeler industry, which is brutally competitive, but India is very efficient. Perhaps the only large auto industry where India is making two-wheelers and exporting outside. And that's largely because, you've got an efficient player like Endurance who is able to give quality delivery at a cost. How do you see the export front moving? Can India be an exporter in the EV market?
Yes, why not? See, the way, let an angle. The OEMs are having a strong position in export market. You must have seen the numbers recently. The exports is growing, although domestic is a bit lower, but exports is growing. And we having a large share of business with or a greater level of penetration with our OEMs. We also go to the areas or go to these regions where the vehicles are selling, and we are also increasing our presence in those countries where there's a sizable presence of the OEMs, especially with Endurance products. We are also increasing our export revenues to a large extent. And I see absolutely no reason why we'll not be adding more regions. I see absolutely no reason why we'll not be increasing our revenues from exports, as now the world is the audience for anyone. It's no longer a domestic alone revenue game. It's the world becomes your audience, and that's how you go on picking up more orders across the world and move alongside your OEMs. Wherever they are present, you're also present.
Okay. Mr. Gehaney, thank you so much for joining us this morning on ET Now. All the very best. I'm sure you have your task cut out for you going forward. I think EV is going to be the buzzword. We're already seeing it pick up significantly in the two-wheeler space. Thanks once again.
Thank you.